Hey guys, welcome to the Everybody Just Calm Down, the podcast. I am your boy Poe Theory.
I'm Jared.
And as you can see, we are missing our lovely co-host. She is unfortunately come down with the flu. She did so well, it just took all the energy out of her, child. She just immediately shut down after. So you guys have to give some well wishes so she can be back with us on our next thing we will be reviewing would be episode 3 of
Atlanta.
Atlanta. So yeah, hopefully she'll be feeling better.
Poor thing. Grow up, Danielle. Feel better, Danielle.
Like, who gets sick anymore? Well, she does have children.
The flu. Oh yeah, she does.
No, quiet. What the? Right, but she does. She does have kids, I guess, that
as we're constantly reminded.
Right. And her husband, that family of 4, child.
Family of 4.
Yeah. You know, my husband.
Family of 4 comes at a cost, doesn't it, girl?
A big cost. Hello. But she won't die alone, so that's beautiful.
That's fair.
Right. Look. So we are here to review The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 14, episode 16. We open the episode off with everybody getting ready for dinner. We then see Kathy being Kathy. The girls are not here for Kathy's antics anymore, and it's very clear. Like, even just the commentary, like, people are over it. Like, people that watch the show are like, this is, I think after we got Jennifer Tilly and we see how authentic her kookiness is, we're like, all right, Kathy, we're over it. But all the girls are getting together and everyone's meeting up at Bo's villa. And when Kyle walks in the door, the first thing Bose notices is that Kyle is wearing the same dress as Garcelle. Kyle. This was a cute moment. I enjoyed like these little small in-between moments to show like, okay, they actually do have fun. Like, it's not in between the dinners and like when people are just, showing up, they're actually able to have fun.
I enjoyed it too. And they both look good in the dress, actually.
They both look great in the dress. And Garcelle had a cute little walk.
She did. I noticed that too.
I was like, okay, Garcelle. I mean, you were a model, but it was like her walk was really cute. Kyle walking like Teddy.
Now, Garcelle took it a little too far when she's made that comment about Kyle's clothes being hideous. I mean, I know Kyle is not always a hit, but Garcelle.
Okay, 1, Garcelle. 2, as a fashion girly, and I know the girls be like, all I see you is in t-shirts or what's the name? Follow my Instagram, you'll see something different. But Kyle does not dress poorly. She's just not the most fashionable.
Right.
But she never dresses poorly. I think my least favorite look, though, is this new after show look that she's wearing with that black shimmery top. It looks like she's going to a holiday party.
I don't mind it, but I've only seen clips of the after show. So I haven't seen the outfit in its full glory.
Girl, there's no glory. Not even a quarter. But like you said, the dress did look good. Fun fact, we found out in after show that that's the same dress that Farrah wore to the all-white party at the Dome, at the stadium. So she actually borrowed it from her daughter.
I heard that was the clip I watched.
Oh, look at you. Look at you. Okay, I hear you. I see, Zora. I would say everyone looks beautiful. Kathy looked a little washed. Like, what be happening?
You know what? I don't even remember what she looked like. What did she have on?
I feel like she had like one of those old grandma shawls that are like, it's white. You know, like the shawls, like a cape shawl.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then her makeup, I think she had to do her own makeup, so it showed that she did her own makeup.
I barely remember Kathy being in this scene.
That's the thing. Like, she's not... Yeah, like you said, why is she there? When we got the seating chart, it was like, why is she at the reunion? Like, what did she give? But the group gathers for dinner, and, they're having their cute little, quick little banter, and Dorit comes right out the gate. How did you feel about that?
I mean, they were having a lot of good banter, so I just knew at some point, I'm like, somebody gonna say something, and, I mean, she did what she needed to do, I guess. I mean, we can only enjoy banter for so long.
Right, but I could have... If we were going to get what happened on the boat, which we will discuss, I could have done without this happening at the table. But I understand, I guess this had to happen at the table for us to get to where we got to at the boat.
Yeah, and to be fair, even if it wasn't them, production is not going to let them go out to eat on a vacation and not have some kind of conflict.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Production is probably looking at Dorit like, now.
Exactly.
It's a little dry now.
I heard, they say they send the girls texts.
Really?
Yeah, they would text them and be like, "Wake it up" or "Bring this up" or some shit like that.
Oh my God!
Can
Could
I
you
break the
imagine
fourth wall?
right? Could you imagine just sitting at dinner? As soon as you see someone's Apple Watch go off, you're like, "Oh, she's starting."
Right.
She's starting.
Or my phone going off. I'm like, girl, I'm trying to eat my chicken. Like, leave me
Right.
alone.
Like, I'm not really in the mood. Shit. I
Right.
just got a crazy text from PK. I ain't got time to go for this unhinged bitch. But basically, Dorit is reminding Sutton of all of the earlier promises of building sisterhood and basically letting her know, hey, dog, you have not been a sister. And I agree with that 100%. I think the wallet comment was so egregious that I forgot about the one that I damn near cussed you and Danielle out about. And that was, you're not mad at me. You're mad about your life.
Yeah, when they flashback to that, it felt like so long ago.
So long ago. And it's like, I forgot that was a huge thing to say. You remember I was up in arms about that. So that kind of just goes to show, at least for me, how bad that wallet comment was. That you forget about you're mad about your life.
And I think people probably also forgot about that too when they came down on Dorit about making the alcohol comment. But that also came after the "you're mad about your life" comment.
Yes. Yes. And that's so basically when Dorit is bringing all that up, Sutton, of course, does her master deflecting. We've all failed each other, which is just a lazy way because we're not talking about everybody. We're talking about you. She basically says, I am not going to do this again. We're not going to beat me down, beat me with a stick. She does this thing that is almost as if like she's unaware of that she is causing these issues.
Right.
I think we've said this before. It's like, pick a lane. Do you want to be a bad bitch or a bitch?
I think this goes back to she just really lacks self-awareness.
Oh. How is that possible? Like when you're on TV, that's even worse. When you're on TV,
True.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like I've never been one of those people that if I have a bad day, I am not the girl that takes it out on someone. I'm the girl that separates myself. I get quiet. I go into my own little corner. I've never understood how people can take it out on someone. Like that's never been like it would have to be something like really, really bad for me to like lash out on someone that wasn't the cause of that. And that's all I see with Sutton. And it's like she can, I mean, it's very cliche to say she can dish it but can't take it, but like she literally says such egregious things and somehow feels like the world is coming down on her when they call it out.
Right.
It's crazy. Sutton then apologizes to Dorit about everything. And would you say Dorit accepted it?
No.
You didn't think she accepted it? She said,
No.
I appreciated it.
She said thank you and then continued to beat on it. Like if you accept it, then you accept it and you don't keep talking about it.
Yeah, but I feel like she was kind of doing it in a way of like, yeah, I accept it, but like, girl, like, what about all the other shit you said to me? Like, you just apologized for that one thing, and that was the one thing that conveniently everyone feels that you were shitty about. So it feels like you're just trying to save face instead of actually apologizing to me because you feel like you've said or done something wrong.
I agree, but I think so. I feel like what like Bose, for instance, was trying to get at, and some of the other ladies were that apology for that one thing is at least one step forward. Like you may not get an apology for everything right now, but just take that step and then try to build on that. You're not gonna get everything laid out of disable or necessarily an apology for everything, but at least that most recent thing you can accept if you want to, and then continue to build from that. Or in Dorit's case, you accept that, and then you start bringing up everything else, so you really don't get anywhere.
Yeah, but yeah, okay. But I kind of, okay, I can see where you're coming from that. All right, it makes sense.
Like, and I'm not saying Dorit was wrong about still being mad about the other shit either. It just kind of depends on where you want to go from here. Like, do you want to kind of move forward, or do you want to just keep like going at it? Because
which we kind of like find out.
One between the two, yeah.
Right, which we kind of find out that Dorit is like, I don't really want to move forward with this bitch. Like, right. She said it's, but. And so after they have that little back and forth, everybody basically say, hey, she's trying to apologize. I see where Bose is coming from, but it's like, let me handle this situation the way I need to handle this. This lady has like, she ain't just hit me on some like bullshit shit about the group. She specifically hit me with shit that is like really happening in my life. I'm gonna eat this bitch up. I want to continue to eat her up, but what neither here nor there. So then, was it Bose? Was it Bose brought up the whole thing with her running into Mo, right? Because that was before Garcelle came at it with the bullshit.
Right.
All right. So Bo says, being the real homegirl that she is, says that she ran into Mo at the Soho house and essentially did exactly what anybody would want to do, because don't tell me you've seen somebody and then don't give me all the details. I need all the fucking details. And Bose basically gave her like a 3-minute voice note, which I appreciated. Bose let it play in the confessional. And I thought that was a really cute touch. Kyle seemed uncomfortable talking about it, but I appreciated Kathy reinforcing, like, no, that's a girl's girl. And then it made Kyle have to like recognize, like, I just don't like talking about the shit though.
Yeah, and I kind of understand, because I think if it was me, if I were in Kyle's situation, like, I really don't want to know. And I know he's out there doing shit, we're separated, etc. I really don't need the details. Like,
yeah,
I'd rather just not know, to be honest, if it were me.
Even if they're dogging them out?
Yeah, I mean, because then, too, it's like, you could just be putting on because you're my friend. Like, she might be cute as hell. You just gonna tell me? Of course, you're gonna tell me she's not cute. Like, what you gonna tell me? She fine as hell?
Could you imagine? Could you fucking imagine had she done that?
Like, I get both sides of it, and I appreciate what Bose was doing and where she was coming from. But just for me personally, because like I mentioned before on another episode, like, to me, after we break up, after we're done, to me, you don't exist and you never existed.
Yeah.
So I don't need to know what y'all are currently doing.
See, and I wish I was like that. I can only do that with. What am I talking about? That's a lie. It's only one person I've not been able to do that with. I've been able to do that with literally every single person I've ever dated. What am I talking about? Well, yeah, okay. I can see that. But you're also an Aries, so you're like a cold-hearted bitch. So that's like part of it as well. So that's crazy.
I'm a master disassociator.
That is crazy. Like, and the more healed I have become, the less I can do that. It's like I no longer can avoid it. So basically, you're a broken bitch because you can do it so well.
Whoa.
I'm just jealous because I don't have those tools anymore. That's all.
I don't know if I do either. I mean, if I had to do it today, I might.
Oh no, bitch! I think everybody gonna be broken and crushed. God forbid, all of us. We all going through a divorce. Anything happen to y'all? Shit. God forbid. Knocking on wood.
Right.
So then, of course, now it is time for Garcelle to. This whole thing confused me because it really has not been a conversation throughout the whole scene. It's like Garcelle is like this is the thing that Garcelle wants to hold Kyle on, from the pizza party to having her solo scenes with Sutton talking about it, and now bringing it up, and that is bringing up Morgan. I don't understand the need to continue to bring up Morgan.
No, right.
Especially how she was so declarative about it, like this, she's not a part of the show. She doesn't want to be discussed anymore. So let's not do that. And I agree with Kyle on that. Like, especially when you add the gay component of like outing, she's not ready for it. There's so many layers to that whole Morgan situation that we can't just treat it like she's dating Travis Barker.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it's completely different.
Yeah. And Kyle literally told her the season premiere that she didn't want to be associated with the show, etc., etc.
Yes.
Like, they had this whole little heart-to-heart or what have you. Yeah, I don't know. She just, Garcelle and Sutton just have a thing for Kyle. I think it's just because Kyle is, I don't want to say because Kyle is the OG. And also, to their point, I feel like they think Kyle gets away with a lot, which she does. I really don't see nothing wrong with it. If you're tenured and you work for like a company for years and years or whatever, like, you earn certain things, then whatever. But
yeah,
they just have like this vendetta with Sutton again, going back to her being inconsistent. She just goes in and out of it. It depends on her mood.
But isn't there a layer to it as well? Like, don't hate the player, hate the game is essentially what you're saying. These are the privileges that she's able to gain as being the OG. And at the end of the day, well, if it were, like when she says, well, if it were me, they would have X, Y, and Z. Okay. And then you still don't open your mouth. Just like Kyla's doing.
Exactly.
You can hold me accountable all you want, but I'm still not saying anything about her. Like, sorry about it.
And that's another thing Kyle has. She's been on this show so long, she knows how to work around things. So what can you do?
Right. And Erica ate Garcelle up in that confessional talking about it was like, what? I mean, this roster you used to have, that I was like, Erica.
That was nasty.
What'd she say? Did she say the roster dried up or something like that?
No,
What did
she
she
said
say?
she used to have something about her roster in the 90s. Did she peak?
Right, yes. She was nasty work. Nasty work. And in that moment again with the gay component to it, Sutton had such a warm heart and place with Kyle in that moment. She said, well, whether it's good or bad, I hope it's really good. I felt that from Sutton. Like, I thought that was, it's like to their point, to Erica's point, really. When Jennifer Tilly said, no, when she brought up sisterhood, she means it. And Erica says, no, every time she says something, I believe she means it. The thing is, it can be really great or it can be really, really negative. And I think Sutton is that person is like, well, who the fuck am I getting? Because I believe you mean both of those things.
Yeah. Especially getting on that sauce child, she turns.
No matter, she started, how she, that bitch, she's already, right. That's that, oh, she turned into that bull about to come out.
She's starting.
She's starting. And so basically the dinner ends, everybody goes back to their own quarters. And this is where we see a really interesting interaction between Garcelle and Sutton. Like, the girls were upset. Like, Garcelle was upset. And seeing them argue makes me dislike Sutton more. I can see her being a dick and not wanting to have any accountability towards Dorit. Y'all don't get along. But this is your girl. And you gave the apology of, well, I'm sorry that you feel that way. What? But then also on the flip side of it, I am not of the belief, if me and you dog somebody up behind their back, and then you decide that you want to say it to their face, don't get mad at me if I don't jump in. I didn't sign up to bring that to the table. You wanted to bring it up to the table. Right. Why you need my backup? Like, yeah, I kiki with you on the side. Now, the difference is I can see if Sutton was like, Garcelle, don't say that at the table and basically defending Kyle against you. But that's not what's happening. Sutton is not saying anything. I don't understand why you feel like you needed backup in that moment. Like, why is Sutton the bad guy?
And then they have this conversation prior to the trip, like when they were talking about Kyle at the concert. Yeah, and Sutton said, let's treat her with kids gloves, blah, blah, blah. Like, Sutton basically told her right there she wasn't going to go in on her like that.
I told you, so like, don't go. Surprised? Right, like, don't go starting shit at the club because I told you I'm not jumping in. I already told you that. Like, so I don't understand. That's such a great point. She already let you know, and then you're and it's almost getting to the point now, like, do you like Kyle?
Somebody asked her that on Watch What Happens Live. They asked her.
Really? And what'd she say?
Yeah, they was like, what's your beef with Kyle? She's like, I don't have a beef with Kyle. I just want her to be honest. She sounded like Kyle, but
maybe there's some, maybe I thought you were Kyle. Maybe they are very similar in that way.
Maybe.
When you think about it. That's crazy. I still get a little bit of an ick from Bose jumping in, but then she explained herself more on the after show, and she was basically saying, it was like basically how you just expressed it. Like, girl, you got your apology. She's not going to give you anything else. And I think she was like, it felt like you kept bulldozing over the apology. And like, now you're expressing, well, there were multiple things that you want to apologize for. And it basically, you could have just said, I don't feel like the apology is genuine because the whole group feels like you shit the pot, because even the apology was bullshit to me. You didn't even say what you I said some things that were really hurtful and I'm beating myself up for it. No, bitch, I should beat you up for it. I don't give a fuck what you did to yourself. The fuck? And
I think to Bose's point, which I don't know if Bose knows this, but Dorit honestly has a history of doing that with apologies. She always does that. I think I've seen her do it with, I want to say PK before. She was doing it to Kyle at certain points at the beginning of the season. She always, like, if people try to apologize, she just continues to go on and on about the same thing or either about something else.
Yeah, I can see. I think I have that trait. If you're not explicit, because I need, like, what did Lisa Vanderpump say? What do you apologize? Because I need to be very fucking clear. Like, I am that person. If you are, like, when Sutton kept saying, I want to apologize. I said some things that, what did you say? I need to know. What exactly did you say? Because to me, if you're savvy enough, which I think Sutton is savvy in a certain type of way, we know an apology sometimes can be used to shut you the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like part of that was to shut Dorit up. So that storyline can be shut. The rest of the team cannot look at me as a ghost person that continues to talk about my money and feels like I'm better than her because I have all this money.
Right.
You know? So I can kind of see it like I'm kind of like I'm in the middle when it comes to that. When it comes to that particular situation at the table. And so yeah, so Garcelle is expressing herself to Sutton about how she feels like she's not supported and things like that. And she made valid points, but again, just like if you were seeing on the after show, she came at Sutton again on the after show. You would have thought it just happened last night. She was eating Sutton alive, and Sutton diverted the conversation again. Like she couldn't take it, and she took no accountability. She could not take the critique, and it's really interesting. And I think I understand why she handled the argument the way she did, that interaction with Garcelle the way that she did. And that is because she loves and respects Garcelle. And let me tell you why. She does not have the proper tools to handle herself properly in an argument. What does she do when she feel like she is being bested? She goes low. She says really dark and mean things to the person that she's going against. But because she loves and respects Garcelle, and she does not have the proper tools on how to handle a disagreement without going low, she rather divert it than actually fuck up her relationship. So it's like a good bad type of situation. Sense. That's kind of how I view it.
Yeah.
When you know, because she's afraid to go low. And then even the next morning, not afraid to go low. She refuses to go low because she respects Garcelle. But and then the next morning, it was funny because it could have been viewed as, oh, you know, Garcelle's mean when she wakes up, but really it was like, no, Garcelle was pissed with me.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I've been a bad girl.
Right. But again, Garcelle being the type of woman she is, I ain't appreciate her apologizing first.
Did she apologize first?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. She said, I know I came in hot. I shouldn't have left like that. Da, da, da. She apologized first because Sutton sat her down outside, and Sutton was going to start the conversation off, and Garcelle immediately jumps off and starts apologizing. And I was just like, girl, like, come on. What are we doing that for? I didn't understand that. Why are you apologizing?
Yeah.
But then everyone
can we backtrack a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because there's one part I wanted to talk about that cracked me up.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how disturbed Bose is by the white girls taking out their weave at any moment?
No. Because that's against everything we believe in. We do not do that.
The way she was looking at Erica.
She said, oh, girl, this is the second time. Erica was just like, what? No. Because that's, culturally, we don't do that. We are never it is so bad. I don't know if this has ever happened to you. Have you ever been in public and you have a hat on and your hat falls off? Do you get like a weird, like your wig fell off?
I don't really
even if your hair is fine. Okay. I get that. Even if my hair is fine, I get that feeling like my wig fell off. Like I feel uncomfortable. So I can understand like that feeling of like, you just gonna take your weave out like that?
I know. Because, our people can't just take it out. It's either glued or sewed in.
Right. And then if we can take it off, which would be a wig, you got fucking prison plaits under there looking like Cleo from Set It Off.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not going to happen. And so then we move on to the girls showing up I think they all showed up at Kathy's spot, right? They showed up at Kathy and Kyle's.
I thought they met outside.
No, they were inside because they walked into the door, and it looked like Kathy opened the door because they were all walking towards Kathy like Kathy was already spot. I think they all met at Kyle and Kathy's spot or whatever.
Okay.
And Kathy saw Bose first, and she was like, "Oh my God, look at you!" And Bose did look phenomenal. Yeah. Everybody actually looked really cute,
except Kathy.
Except for Kathy, and Sutton looked like someone's 80-year-old grandmother. Like she was at club. What is it? Club what is it, Margaritaville or wherever they have in Florida. Those
her and Kathy were both born in the same place.
Oh, 100%. They hang out. Sutton's just a more hip one.
Yeah.
That's all. Just a little bit more hip. Garcelle looked really good. I enjoyed it.
I like the black. That black with the.
I could have done. I know, it's not practical to wear heels, so she wore wedges. So I let it pass. I hated that Bose had on flats. Hated it. I needed to see some elevation. That bothered me. It looked good.
The girl's on vacation, and she already tall.
And more of a reason to do it. If God gave you that height for a reason, don't try to shrink down. Don't try to shimmer down, ho. Damn, I was gonna say something about them getting ready, or like a part before that. Oh yeah, when they were trying to do the thirst trap, and then they zoomed in on Sutton trying to make that try to look sexy. She actually did look. It wasn't thirst trappy, but I was like, okay, Sutton can own her face. She was moving the little face a little bit.
Yeah, it wasn't too strokish.
Okay. Strokish is crazy. Wow. My question is this: when it comes to Avi, okay, when I am coming on that trip as your personal assistant, what do I have free time? Is there any free time?
I mean, I think it depends on who. Probably working for Sutton, no.
Right.
Working for somebody else, like Bose is assistant. What's Nico? I'm sure has free time. Avi does not.
Yeah. Right. I can see that. Because it seems like Avi was also was Avi on a boat? I hope he wasn't on a boat. Because let him chill or do something, child. That's crazy. And so they all head to the boat or whatever. They're all getting on the boat. And Sutton, again, which goes to prove Dorit's point, and further backed by Erica, Sutton, again, while Dorit is not present, Dorit is in the front of the boat with Kyle. And what gagged me, I said, I wanted does Dorit know that was like low-key shade. She said, oh my God, I'm going to sit on your face. I said, I'm sure Kyle would be okay with that.
Oh. Oh.
You don't remember when she got her? She said, oh my God, Kyle, I'm going to sit on your face.
But that didn't even cross my mind. I wasn't even thinking about that.
She doing both. Come on now. She doing both. The hell? But yeah, she brings up the apology that she gave Dorit last night. And it wasn't like she was bringing up the apology like, can you believe I apologized to her and she didn't take it? She was bringing it up like, yeah, guys, I really felt bad. And, I really beat myself up about this and da-da-da-da-da. I just really got to let you guys know that I feel bad about this. Don't forget I feel bad about it. Guys, did you hear I feel bad about it? I don't know if you heard. And Erica clocking in on time, letting that girl know. No, sweetie. No. So let me tell you something that I've learned about you. And the way that she started it off was so disarming that I know Sutton did not think it was heading that route.
Yeah.
She was like, you know what I've noticed, Sutton? Girl, you know what I noticed?
Plus, remember how nice Erica was when they was walking to the boat? Let me help you up, girl. I'm about to drag you in a few minutes, but here you go.
I'm going to get you, bitch. It's coming. And what was so funny is that they flashed back to the same exact scene a couple seasons ago, them walking to get on the boat. It was just flipped. That Erica had already ate her up prior, and then they going on the boat. And now she's being nice walking to the boat. So the thing is, Erica's always nice walking to the boat. But prior to the boat and on the boat, she going to eat you up.
Once they get off land.
Right.
No holds barred.
And so basically, Erica says what Jared has been saying about Sutton this whole season is that Sutton is habitually slamming the women in their circle when they are vulnerable, highlighting a recurring pattern of Sutton. Like Erica outlined, she did it to her. She's done it to Kyle. She's done it to Dorit. And Sutton tries to defend herself by reiterating the apology. Like, I apologized last night. And whenever someone, I learned this from Bethany. She said, whenever someone starts getting very specific and starts parsing out, no, actually it wasn't Bethany. It was Carol saying this to Bethany. When people get very specific about what you are saying in an argument, it is to derail you and to try to poke holes in a very valid argument you're having. Because when she says to her, no, you said I like to kick women when they're down.
Yeah.
Not women in this group. Bitch, it's still women. They are women. Of course, and Erica was like, no, dumbass. Like, of course, why the hell would I be saying women? Like, you know what I meant. Like, it's getting very semantical. And I agree with that. She could not take that.
No.
I almost feel like she was about to say, well, if you think I'm such a horrible person to do that, like she said, basically she said, well, you think I'm such a horrible person. And Erica's like, no, I never said that. But Sutton is letting you know people that do that in her mind are horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And Sutton, you do that. So
Mm-hmm.
what does that say?
Exactly. And then the part that Garcelle just in there letting something get eat up. And then talking about, well, Kyle didn't jump in to defend her. And at first I'm like, well, you're not jumping in either. Then she said she did it on purpose. I really don't think she did it on purpose. I think she knew that Erica was right. She didn't have nothing to defend Sutton with.
There was nothing to say. And then even when she tries to highlight about Kyle not jumping in, and because Kyle had jumped in and said, no, she was speaking about the women generally in the group. Kyle does have a trend of clarifying people's arguments, no matter who is on the receiving end of it.
Yeah, because that was the same thing to me when she quote unquote defended Sutton at the table. That's all she was doing to me. I didn't find that a defense. I thought she would just
she's clarifying.
Yeah,
like she is like, to me, she is one of those people. Like, no matter who it is, if there's a clarification to be made, Kyle is going to make that clarification.
Right.
But don't you dare clarify any attack against her, bitch.
No.
Don't you dare. I still got to put my little drag in there.
Of course.
Can't let shit sweet or whatever.
You're reaching.
Right. The only downside that I had about this whole argument about with Erica and Sutton was that Dorit came in on the tail end of it and didn't really get to see her be defended in the way that she has been craving to be defended in. Because Erica did involve it in a way of involving herself, but mostly it was about involving the other women as well in Sutton's pattern. And one thing that I forgot to bring up, just kind of backtrack, that's what I forgot to bring up. Sutton is such a pick-me. When she's talking about, did everyone see? I'm so glad it just clicked. Oh, you see, now everyone gets to see that Kyle's my friend.
That was so cringy.
Did everyone see? Oh my God. Thank you so much, Kyle, for defending me. Thank you so much for saying that.
I can't believe she felt comfortable enough to say that in a fucking confessional. Like, even if I thought that, I would never in hell admit that on camera.
Did you see that, guys? Now everyone sees she's my friend. Kyle Richards. Like, Sutton. Girl. Like, oof. Cringe much. Very much.
I know she was thrilled to be sitting next to Kyle at the reunion, child.
Yeah, and so after that, was there anything else after that?
No, Sutton storms off, and then there was a to be continued.
Oh yeah, because then Sutton does storm off, and that was basically the end of the episode. I don't think I've ever seen a housewife be so unaware in the way that she's like.
I was about to say, because you can't be saying that when Ramona Singer exists.
But that's but I feel like Ramona knows. Like I'm a shitty person. I feel like Ramona knows that she's a shitty person. I don't know if Sutton knows that she is a problem. Just in a way that she defends herself. I'm not going to take all the blame. I keep apologizing. There you go. If you keep apologizing, ma'am, what is that? Clearly, you're doing something if you have to keep apologizing. These people are not coming to you for the same apology over and over again. And when she brought, that was the last point I wanted to make about that episode. When she said, I'm not going to keep apologizing, bitch, you the one that came on the boat and apologized again. No one else told you to bring up that apology. You got on the boat and said, I'm not going to keep apologizing. After she brought it up, she said, I'm not going to keep apologizing. You brought it up. No one brought up your apology last night. You said, hey guys, I just want to let you know I'm really serious about this apology.
I have an argument for someone who's similar to Sutton, except this person doesn't even apologize.
Who?
LVP.
Oh my God. Like, you gotta really let it go. You have to let it go. Because I really think it's a problem. It's a problem.
That's a messy ass bitch who swears she ain't messy.
She not.
Okay.
She just moves the show along.
Oh, that's all?
That's it.
Okay.
Goodbye, Kyle. So now, guys, it is time for our favorite part of the show, and that is...
Everybody just calm down.
Girl, just calm down. Okay, so I mean, it should be very clear who I'm going to say that needs to calm down, and it needs to be Nico. Because at the end of the day, I'm just but no.
Mm.
Who needs to calm down? Obviously, it needs to be Sutton. Sutton lacks such self awareness. Quite it's quite sad, and for someone to go so low but be so weak, it's turning into the thing with me when it comes to like how with Lisa Rinna. Lisa Rinna would go slow, and yet nobody would come at her in the way that I need them to come at her.
Yeah, very true.
And that's starting to happen with me with Sutton. People ain't going low the way I need them to go with. So like, and I hope the Reed eats her up at this reunion.
Yeah.
I need that to happen. So Sutton, yeah, it's on Sutton.
Yeah, this is easy this week. Well, I'll just go ahead and give it to Sutton as well. All the same reasons. The whole victim thing is getting old. This storming off thing is getting old. And yeah. And I'm gonna add another point since Danielle's not here to do hers.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to talk about somebody who I need to see more from.
Okay.
The opposite of calm down. We're at the end of the season. I can officially say Jennifer Tilly on board. I kept thinking, yes, I don't not like her quirky confessionals are cute at some points, but especially like in the group scenes, to me, she just disappears. Like I just,
I'm not mad at that.
I really want to like her, but I just want her to be involved.
I don't know if she's capable of like I would. Is it to me? Well, you never know. She could be a vicious person because it also could be if she had to get activated or someone got activated with her. I would feel bad for her. Like, oh my god, please don't yell at her.
Yeah,
like I don't know how I would see that.
I don't even need her to be popping off per se, but I just want to remember that you're there.
No, that's fair. That is very fair. So we want more for Jennifer. We want more from Jennifer Tilly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. I'm not against that. Well. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in to this very short and quick. Well, not short, still 40 minutes. I'm sure I'll bust it down to something. But thank you for tuning in to the Everybody Just Calm Down the podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to tune back in next time when we review the latest episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And then again after that, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I hope you guys have a great one. Peace.
Bye.